What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Joe Barber, man. Getting to sit down. It is 10 o'clock. I'm here at the barber shop already. I don't start cutting till 11. So this is what I'm reading, studying. The third edition Master Educator by Letha Barnes. And it really teaches you how to be an instructor, master educator, how to identify some of the signs of like what what people learn, how they learn, and it's very important for us to understand that when you're going to be an instructor. And I know a lot of people have these videos, on the internet, and they teach you how to cut hair. I critique a lot of those videos. I don't say nothing about it, but I critique them in my own way, only because I'm like, okay, what do I need to do in order to become a better instructor when I am teaching people how to cut hair? So I studied the videos that way more so than the actual technique of the cutting the hair. There's so many different ways of cutting hair, so many different. Man, there's just learning how to cut against the grain, learning the hair patterns. Not everybody's hair is the same. Not everybody's skin is the same. Not everybody's routine is the same as far as keeping their hair clean, keeping it soft, conditioned, washed. So I see a lot of people that cut hair, and a lot of their models or whatever, they got good hair, man. But I promise you, dude, 60% of the time, the people that you cut are not gonna have that kind of routine. So it's not gonna be as easy to get the result that they got. I, for example, have a client that has really good hair. Um, it's it's a big, like, I don't know. The way I want to explain it is his hair makes the cut more than my skills does. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would take a lot for me to mess up his haircut. He doesn't have any scars, does not have any bumps, lumps. It's just real smooth, easy to cut. But a lot of my clientele, they have scars, they have bumps on their head, like as far as like, what do we call them? Like pockets of like little fat that's in your head as you get older and you're not working out, or you're losing your collagen or whatever to keep your skin tight, whatever it may be. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, or I don't know the medical terms for all that. But when you're teaching how to cut hair, sometimes you gotta teach how to cut that kind of hair that we're really gonna. You can't teach someone how to wax a Corvette and then expect it to work on an old school car. It's not the same. It's not the same texture. It's not the same kind of paint. Not the same kind of, like. There's a lot of things that come into play when it comes to doing that. Techniques. Um, I feel like a lot of people don't address that. I think they just go in like, oh, I use this clipper. I use this clipper, and this is what I did, and here's the outcome. And it's like you're not teaching them like the beginning, the middle, and the end. And I think that's something that we need to be able to do. And not everybody's a visual learner. Not everybody's auditory. There's some people need to be taught in person. So those are those things. And this book really breaks it down. And I don't know if it's used across the nation, but I know in the state of Texas, this is what we use. And I just come to find out that the state of Texas might be getting rid of the educational program for master educators, or instructors in my case. So the question is, once I get my instructor's license, is my value higher? Than I guess in the future you're not gonna be required to take this class, and you can just become an instructor after a certain amount of years. You just apply for it. I guess I don't know what the state's gonna do. I'm gonna look more into it, but I'm still continuing on with my mission. The reason I'm putting this video out is just want to say thank you to all the people that watch my videos. And like I said, man, this is just my 2 cents and what's going on in my life. Hoping to reach other people out there and let them know, man, that being a barber is not always. You're not always having happy days. You're not always having like good days. You're not always busy. Your phone's gonna be dry sometimes. Marketing sometimes may get to you. You might get sidetracked. You might be letting Facebook, Instagram, TikTok use you and not you use it as a tool, just like our phones. I know a lot of times we wake up and we reach for our phone, and a whole hour, 2 hours may go by because we're scrolling, and you get lost up in whatever. Could be, sports, could be conspiracy theories, can be, whatever whatever your poison is, man. I don't know. But I really want people to understand that you have to hold yourself accountable. Make a list of what, like a morning checklist, like get up. If you've already taken a shower, sometimes I take a shower at night, and then in the morning I just wash up and get ready. And sometimes I don't. You know, crash out and wake up and take a shower and get my day going that way. Sometimes I do both, so it just depends, man. Sometimes I'm just so tired. Yesterday I was here at 8:30 and I didn't leave till 8:30. And by the time I got home, I ate dinner. I played with my dogs. I got to lay down. I was watching TV periodically, and then my wife got home. She had a long day too, and I'm talking to my son about stuff. And sometimes my son's talking to me, and this is true. Like, I love my son, of course, but like he'll be talking to me, and I'm not even like registering what he's saying. Like I have to literally look at him and watch him speak so I can retain the question or the information that he's asking me. It's crazy, bro, but sometimes I get that way because I'm so mentally drained because I pour in to my customers, I pour into my barbers. A lot of people are going through things, and I just want to give my just my support for them, like, and whatever it is that we're going through at home. Yes, we come here to work, and yesterday was really busy. I mean, I'm trying to hire an extra barber that wants to be in an environment like this, and it's hard to find someone that wants to work, or someone that takes barbering serious, or someone that wants to be around people like us. We don't play that, the rap music that's all vulgar. We don't, we operate here like a family business. There's a mixture of barbers and cosmos here. There's men, women, children that come here, professionals, police officers. We got people that work for the mayor that come through here. We got a lot of entrepreneurs, realtors. Like, we have everybody that comes through here, so we keep it rated E for everybody. We're requiring everybody to wear a mask right now. That's why I'm in my office, so I don't have to have my mask on. But I'm trying to do the best that I can, and stay on top of my bills. I still haven't received my EIN from the IRS. Those dudes have been running behind for. They said they were behind 45 days, man, and it's been damn near 30 days since I submitted my paperwork and everything, and it's very it's just very depressing sometimes when things are not happening, but I have to remain like I have to have that faith that everything's happening for a reason. So I try to keep my feelings in check. I try not to let myself get too happy or too sad. I just deal with everything like matter of fact. And that's the message for y'all guys out there, and ladies that are planning on being, whether it's being an educator, whether it's being a business owner, whether it's opening your own shop, salon, or having a dual shop like myself. You have to be prepared for that, and just know that those days are coming. You're gonna have bad days. You're gonna have good days. I can't even get my hair cut when I want to. I'm like, I'm working all day today. I'm booked all the way till 8 o'clock this evening, and then tomorrow I work from 9 to 5. Saturday open to close. I'm booked, and I have things that I want to do at home. I want to build a shed in my backyard. I have a lot of equipment, tools, and stuff like that that I want to, So I'm work. Hopefully, I can start on it Saturday and do it all Sunday. So those are things that require a lot of time and energy and money, and then like my whole Sunday is gonna be filled with doing that. I still have to come back and cut my kids' hair. My son goes back to college real soon, so I'm trying to get him prepared. And then my other son needed a haircut, so I have five boys. Four of them I think need haircuts, so I'm just like I'm gonna come in on Sunday just to cut them, and then go back home. And my brother's helping me build the shed. So it's like, and then Monday's gonna come back around, and guess what? I have to work Monday, and I usually get booked up on Mondays. And then I work Tuesday, and then I'm off on Wednesdays. And Wednesday I gotta go take my test again. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of self discipline. So when there's other things outside of what's going on in your life, in my life, I try not to let that happen. I don't. I like. I don't go out to the clubs. I don't go to bars. I don't have time for that. I did that for the most part of my 20s, like every day. I did all that, man, and I survived it. So I look at that, man, and honestly, you're not missing anything. It's the same thing my mom used to tell me that when I was younger. El baile no se va a ir a un lugar. Like, it's like the party and the dance life and the club scenes. The party life is not going anywhere. It's always gonna be there. So I'll be like, yeah, man, whatever, whatever. But yeah, nah, it's still there. People that are going to the bars, and some people, they become alcoholics and they get addicted to that. And I know people that get addicted to the scene of, like, they want to be seen by people. They want to feel like a little bit of a celebrity, or people gawking at them or whatever. Some people, they like that, and some people, they don't care about that. They just feel happy that they look good. They want to go out and have a good time. That's cool too. But for me, I recommend when you're in the zone of trying to overcome things and trying to become a business owner and trying to make money and trying to stick to the plan. That's part of the sacrifice, man. You got to sacrifice that. And then honestly, like, I'm already older, so I'd rather spend time with my kids and my dogs than be out doing anything. I just went out to eat with my brother, but he just came home. He was in prison for 12 years for something he didn't do, but it's just crazy, man. It's Life is crazy, and regardless, he still has to maintain. He still has to deal with whatever it is that's on his record. Still has to make a living, and I want to help him start a business. I want to help him get into doing things, and I'm trying to put money in his pocket, regardless of what he did or didn't do. He paid his debt to society, and I have to just, that's my brother, so I'm gonna try and help him and guide him as best as I can. Um, those are the things that are motivating me, and this is like what I'm sharing with you guys is the same thing I share with him, and I tell him, like, dude, life is hard, man. You're gonna go through ups and downs, but time keeps ticking, and it's like no one's gonna come save you. I don't have nobody in my corner that's gonna be like, yo, I got you, Joe. Here's $30,000 so you can start your school and pay off your debt. And, like, dude, that ain't gonna happen. Um, and if you got somebody in your corner like that, send them my information, dog. But nah, man, I understand that in this life things are gonna happen, and we gotta make the best of it. And you gotta hold yourself accountable. This is what you signed up for. Um, and I'm grateful that I have my wife and my kids. But at the end of the day, man, I take ownership of my dream. I take ownership of my mistakes. I take ownership of everything that I do and don't do. And that's why I'm hard on myself. And I know some people out here, they have excuses for not being on time to work and not being successful, and they complain about not having the money. But I'm like, well, what are you doing to get the money? Like, where's your list of 30 things that you've done today that prepares you to be able to be successful? And a lot of them don't have a list, and I'm like, okay, let's start off with that. Let's make a list that you can follow daily. Get out of bed, wash your face, brush your teeth, make your bed, eat your breakfast, meditate, stretch, do whatever. Like, do all those things. What time are you waking up? My shop don't open until 10. Majority of the time, or before, I would get here really early and all that. And I got really tired, so I have a shop manager now that I rely on. And it's hard too for the shop manager to be here at 9:30 to make sure everything's clean, make sure that it doesn't smell in here, make sure it's sanitized, make sure that everything's working properly, make sure there's no leaks in the roof, whatever. Just observe and check, report. Okay, everything's cool. It's a safe environment to allow people to come in. Great. That's the way we operate. I don't know how they do things in other shops and other places, but that's how we operate, and that's something that I would advise anybody out there trying to make it, man. It's a lot, dude. It's a lot. And then I have to, like, make little notes for each person that works here, because I don't have the time to sit down with everybody individually. So then I could pass them these notes and be like, hey, can you look over this when you have time when you're not cutting? And look over it, and it talks like this is for my manager. I want him to work on his leadership, his communication, collaboration with other barbers, have critical thinking. I want him to tell me more about the finances, about what he thinks about our prices and stuff like that, about selling product. He the project management is what I wanted him to do is we wanted to have a back to school special and have like free haircuts for kids. It's just that wasn't he has a baby that was just born. Baby was sick, so he couldn't take lead on that project. So we talked about cleaning. Do we need more cleaning supplies and blah blah blah. Um, all that, dude. And then I have a 9 week growth plan for one of my other barbers that she she was struggling. So I said, look, man, here's a 9 week growth plan for you. I need you to work 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. You're gonna be working 45 hours, but we gotta build up your clientele. And she cuts a lot of walk-ins, and she cuts a lot of kids. And the thing I told her, just like if you're that kind of barber that right now you're struggling, is I told her you gotta put in those 45 hours. Your job is to take these customers and turn them into clients. That's your number one thing is do that. Like at the end of the haircut, that's what you need to do is turn a customer into a client. Then you turn a client into family, and you'll be cutting them, for the rest of their life, the rest of your life, or as long as you're cutting. I've cut people for over 20 years that I've been cutting since middle school, high school, or whatever. Yeah, no, it's high school. I started cutting hair in middle school, but I wasn't like doing it like I wasn't doing no fades. I'll tell you that I was doing like wedges and undercuts, or an all leave-in. Um, but that was back in the '90s, man, early '90s. So regardless of that, man, I want to let y'all know that it takes that. It takes that writing it down, holding yourself accountable, and knowing that you have a plan. You have to have a plan. In anything, you have to have a plan, dude. You can't just wing it. I was that kind of guy. But in order to be the to in order for me to reach the level of success that I want to reach, which is I've been reading more books and following different people about becoming a millionaire. It's the hardest is making your first million, and then it's still hard to make another million, but it's not as hard as the first one. It's about building relationships. It's about being honest. It's about working your ass off, man, daily. There's not a lot of times where you get days off. I see people that I love playing basketball. I haven't played basketball. I love to work out. I haven't been able to work out. My mind doesn't allow me to even put that in my schedule because I'm so focused on opening my school, staying busy with my clientele, and running the shop. It's overwhelming, and I don't have a partner here like that can do all these things while I'm trying to maintain my. I don't want to say that creativity, but I'm an artist at heart, so I function like an artist. I'm not like very organized, so I'm having to change from being an artist to being very organized, holding myself accountable, and it's daily. It's all about changing your habits, and I had a lot of bad habits coming up. Just have a lot of bad habits, and I'm undoing those habits daily, and that's what this message is about to y'all guys. Is having faith, holding on to your dream, making a list of things that you want to do, and holding yourself accountable. And all these things, man, is something that I have to share with you guys because I really want y'all guys to understand that it will take everything from you to be successful. And these are all pre, opening my school. I don't know what's gonna happen with this whole new strand and all this sickness and our economy. I don't know how people are gonna be. I don't know how what this is gonna do to us. How effective it is. I don't know all that, dude. I question it as a businessman. There's a quote that they say when there's blood in the streets, there's money to be made. So I'm like, okay, there's a lot of blood in the streets right now because a lot of people are getting sick. So who's making money right now? And that's something that y'all gotta research that and understand, so you can better make decisions better with your money. Like, is right now a good time to open a business? What kind of business is going to be flourishing in 5 years? Real estate is going through the roof. How can you make money off of real estate? Is it providing insurance? Is it providing lawn care? Is it providing, what is it that's going to help you make money? And what industry is booming the most? The barber industry has been booming for the past 10 years. Right now, I think we're at its peak. We've a lot of people are making a lot of money. A lot of people are spending money on haircuts, hair products. A lot of people are creating new products. A lot of people are becoming barbers, stylists, Cosmo, whatever it has to do with the hair industry. There's a lot of money being made. A lot of men are spending a lot more money. People are paying $100 a haircut nowadays. We never thought that. I started when haircuts were like $6. Then we got to $12. Then it was like 20. So I mean, it's grown a lot. So I mean, but the dollars lost a lot of its value. A lot of money's being printed, and it's a lot of stuff going on. But I want y'all guys to understand that it does take a lot, and I encourage you guys to work on your habits. I encourage you guys to stay focused. I encourage you guys to write things down, and honestly, man, just cut away all the nonsense. Anything that you feel is not helping you become a better person. Like I said, man, I wish I could play basketball all day. I can't because my mind's like, if I'm not making money, I'm spending money. Um, and that's just the honest truth. And it sucks because yeah, you feel like you're a slave to the business, but it's a temporary thing. Yeah, I've been on my own for 5 years running the shop and building my brand and building my name, and now we've gotten to a point where I'm like, you know what, let me run a school because then I have employees, then they have to follow stricter rules. When people are not employed by you and they're self-contracted, there's a lot of gray area, I guess you can say. But if you work together as a team, if I guarantee you, like, look, man, when I open my school, you're gonna be one of my instructors. I'm gonna pay you $30 an hour. Just work with me right now and help me get there. That's a different story. Some people sign up for that because it's gonna be beneficial to both parties, but at the same time, they get to see, like, look, man, it's a lot of work on becoming a. Sorry, my son just sent me a message on becoming an entrepreneur and a leader, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So, anyways, man, I encourage you guys to just keep preparing yourself. Like I said, cut out the nonsense. Work on making lists. Work on reading information. Educate yourself, and like I said, man, just cut out all the nonsense. Dude, that's the biggest takeaway from this today. And focus on your dream, man. No one's gonna come save you. No one's gonna come and give you the key to the city. No one's gonna, even if you're popular on Instagram, you're popular on Facebook, you got YouTube subscribers, all that stuff, man. It's You got to understand what it's gonna take to sustain that, and that's what it's about: staying relevant and building up. Like, there's a lot of money to be made. There's a lot of things to get done, but it's all in you. You can do it, but it's gonna take everything you got. And are you ready to do that? So, hopefully, you guys watch the whole video, and hopefully, you got some key points from this, and it's gonna help you reach your destination in life. And I pray for blessings upon you, man. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay faded.